If you think back to the last few times where you were going somewhere, going in a direction, going towards an outcome, and life threw some obstacles in your path, you remember how advanced your intuition of adaptability is. Your ability to think your way around obstacles and still go in the direction of your ambition, to go in the direction of your outcome. You have plenty of memories of a deep experience of the relative strength of your adaptability and flexibility. You wouldn't be where you are today if you didn't have this inherent trait. And sometimes when you feel yourself going through a situation, you recognized on some level that you're doing things, you're adapting in ways, you're able to think your way around obstacles, to think on your feet in a way that other people might not be able to understand. And you have a partially intuitive, partially conscious, mostly unconscious understanding that it is this deep sense of adaptability that will allow you to continue to move forward in the future. One of the things I like about Google Maps is if you're out driving and you suddenly find yourself in a state of highway hypnosis where you just kind of forget what you're doing, Google Maps will automatically update itself to keep you going towards your outcome. It'll automatically update itself to keep you going towards your ambition, towards your destination. No matter how much of a circuitous route you take, it will always continuously update to keep you going where you want to go. This is the precise metaphor that Maxwell Maltz used in psycho-cybernetics, that your success mechanism is kind of like a guided missile that's continuously updating its trajectory, that's continuously updating its direction to keep you towards your ambition. The great tragedy is that most people will never quite experience this like you have experienced this. Most people convince themselves that it's actually possible to think about every possible permutation that might come up. So before they tiptoe into the game, they already have a strategy of what to do based on what might happen. But you know that this is a fantasy. You know that the only way to be successful in life is to get in the game and trust your ability to adapt in the moment based on the unexpected situations that life continuously throws at you. And once you understand this like you do, once you have an experience demonstrating this capability like you do, then you know the secret to success is very, very simple. It's not easy, but it is very, very simple. Have a destination, have an ambition, have a direction that you're going, and just move in that direction. And be willing to accept whatever life gives you along the way. So you can leverage your deep sense of adaptability to continue to adapt to the situations and get closer and closer to your ambition, just like Google Maps gets you closer and closer to your destination. Because you have so many experiences expressing this adaptability in real time, you have a deep suspicion that no matter what comes in the future, you will be able to handle it. And this may cause you to feel a sense of not quite superiority over others, but you have a sense that you can do things that others can't. You can understand things in a way that others will never be able to. That you can adapt to things in a way that others might not be able to. Does it really matter if this trait that you have makes you seem a little intimidating sometime? That it sometimes evokes that crab in the barrel phenomenon, where all your friends and family members and colleagues see how adaptable you are. They see how well you respond to unexpected situations, and they might start to fear that you're going to leave them behind. The flip side of that, of course, is this allows you to demonstrate absolutely deep subconscious and ancient leadership energy. Because the more you embrace the unknown future, the more you embrace your ability to do whatever you need to handle the continuous, unexpected unfolding of reality, the more of a deep and ancient leadership energy you will radiate to others. And of course, you know from experience that this deep intuition of adaptability, this deep intuition of flexibility doesn't work only behaviorally, but conversationally. So long as you have a vague intention in mind of the outcome of the conversation, and you keep that in the back of your mind, and you pay attention to your conversational partner, and you let them flow however they flow, and you ask the follow-up questions however they come up, you will slowly lead them to your outcome. You have a deep experience of how incredibly persuasive this is. You have a deep experience of how incredibly seductive this is. To have a sequence of questions, a persuasion sequence in mind, that isn't strictly speaking a sequence, just a series of questions, a bunch of question categories. And so long as you keep these categories in mind and you guide the conversation by asking questions and allowing whatever answers that come up to come up, and paying attention to these answers that come up, and recognize that the answers that come up during a conversation are a deep representation of the deep dreams and ideas of the person you're talking to, and that they will create a feeling in them that they have never felt before, because you are paying them honest, charismatic attention and asking follow-up questions that keep them flowing in this direction. Your experience tells you that this will get them to your outcome, and this will make you incredibly persuasive. This will make you incredibly seductive. This will make you incredibly charismatic. Now, I don't know how many experiences of this you already have in your brain. And among all those experiences that you already have in your brain, I don't know how many are conscious and how many are unconscious. But you have a sense of excitement if you remember what it's like to express this adaptability conversationally. You can remember that sense of excitement when you dream about a bigger future, knowing that no matter what happens, your conversational skills, your persuasion skills, your behavioral skills will get you closer and closer to that future. This gives you a huge advantage over everybody that is waiting on the sidelines for a step-by-step guaranteed plan for success. Everybody would love to have a step-by-step guaranteed plan of success. But most people can't cook. Most people can't cook very well. And what is a recipe but a step-by-step exact sequence of events to do? Yet most people can't even do that. Most people don't want to take the time to practice something as straightforward and linear as cooking. How in the world are they going to get into the world and continuously express their flexibility and strategic thinking in the face of continuously unfolding and unexpected reality? The problem is that most people have this fantasy that they can come up with every possible permutation. And so when they finally get in the game and they're ready for every possible permutation, they can respond to every possible permutation in a pre-planned way. But the problem is the world will always be much, much more complicated, much, much more unpredictable than anybody can ever imagine. This is the fantasy, the wish, the cope that people hide behind that keeps them on the sidelines. But somebody like you with a deep experience of adaptability, a deep intuition of adaptability, you know the secret is to just keep going towards your ambition. Keep going forward. Trust your ability. Trust your creative thinking ability to adapt to the situation as it unfolds. Because every time you adapt to an unexpected, unknown situation as it unfolds, you increase your creativity. You increase your ability to think on your feet. You increase your experience of getting closer and closer to your ambition, no matter what life throws in your path. And every single obstacle that you overcome is distance between you and your competition who want the same thing you do, but they're afraid to get in the game. Every time you rely on your deep sense of adaptability and you move forward in life, that is one step ahead of your competition that you will find yourself in, and one step higher up the social status ladder that will make you irresistibly attractive, that will make you irresistibly persuasive, that will make you irresistibly charismatic and compelling to everybody that you talk to. And every time you talk to somebody, every future conversation you have with someone is an opportunity to practice your adaptability, to just open up their mental maps and follow the conversation wherever it flows while keeping a barely perceptible, barely conscious outcome in the back of your mind, just enough to remember it and just allow the conversation to get there. The more you do this, the more you'll realize that people love people like you that can guide their conversations. It is your desire to create mutually beneficial outcomes that will make you a superhero of conversational adaptability. Does it really matter if sometimes these conversations meander all over the place? You will be giving your conversational partner a deep experience that they can't find anywhere else, that they can't find with anybody else who's trying to stick with a memorized set of questions and patterns to run on them. Because of your adaptability, because of your conversational adaptability, you can give them a wonderful conversational, emotional experience. And they will associate that deep, wonderful experience with you, which means they will be willing to do anything to maintain a relationship with you. All because of your deep trust and your adaptability that you can apply anywhere that you like.